Hey, it's Mr. Barr, and I am out here in my field, and I was just in my office making a video on polynomials and factoring. And if you've been watching the series, at some point I talked about how factoring and polynomials are used in optimization problems, like you're a farmer and you're trying to optimize your crops and your yields and stuff like that, and the polynomials and factoring polynomials play a role in that. So here's my field. Got my little my drip system's going right now. I don't know if you can see that, but got little drip systems going. So out here just checking things out. So we're gonna keep working on factoring today. Part of the reason for this video is I messed up the video so much inside that I realized I'm gonna have to edit it no matter what and spend all the time editing. So I might as well bring you out here and we'll throw this on the video also. But the drip system's looking pretty good. I got a couple valves that aren't working, like this guy right there. Boom. So I guess I need to fix that one. All right, well, hey, at least it's not raining today. Although if it was raining, then I wouldn't have to check the drip system, would I? All right, guys, let's go do some factoring of polynomials. Okay, bye. Hey, this is Mr. Barr, and this is factoring trinomials all negative. So let's start with your name at the top, please. And the title, which is factoring trinomials all negative. Now, yesterday when we were factoring things, and you don't have to put this in the notes, this is just me drawing on the screen, we had everything was positive. So if I had something like this, if I had, let's go with an example of, if I had x squared plus, let's go with 5x plus 6. Notice how everything up here is positive, which means that the factors down here, x plus 3, x plus 2, everything down here is positive. Well, today it's going to be a little bit different. Today, we're going to start seeing something like, it'll be x minus and x minus. Everything is going to be negative up in here. Negative, negative when we do it. So let's go to our first example problem, which is right here. Get that into your notes. X squared minus 11x plus 24. Now, the fact that there's a negative right here and a positive right there is really telling me that it's going to be a negative, negative type of problem. I'm going to list out all the ways to make it 24. So 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Just listing those out. And then I have to figure out which ones get me to the 11. Well, a 1 and a 24, that gets me to a 25, not an 11. A 2 and a 12, that gets me to a 14, not an 11. A 3 and an 8, that gets me to an 11. So it's this one right here. When I build it, I'm going to build it with a negative and a negative. So x minus 3 and x minus 8. And I can test it with a happy face right here. So right there, I see my x squared. There's my x squared. Right here, I see my negative. Actually, I see a positive 24 right there. Positive 24 right there. Negative 3x, negative 8x, negative 3x, negative 8x gives me my negative 11x. So what we know so far is that if everything's positive like this, then it's going to be a positive, positive type of answer. So what I mean by positive, positive, it's going to be x plus, x plus. If there's a negative right here, then it's going to be x minus, x minus. So if this is positive and this is negative, then it's a minus, minus. And tomorrow we'll start seeing mixed signs where it's minus and plus, but that's tomorrow, not today. All right, let's do a couple practice problems. Let me pull this guy. Oop. Let me stop my drawing. Oh, clear all. Interesting. Well, now I cannot move this window. All right, well, we're still going to do some sample problems. Here we go. I'll just draw on top of that. Why can I not move this? All right, let's do... Here's the sample problem. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now. So if I have x squared minus 9x plus 14, how would that factor? How would that factor? Well, what are some ways to make a 14? A 2 and a 7. And if they're both negative, it works. Because that gives me a negative 7, a negative 2, which gives me a negative 9. So that worked. Let's do another practice one. Okay, another practice one. Let me draw again. Let's go with... Oh, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Let's go with x minus 10x plus 16. So how would that factor? Is it a 4 and a 4? No, 4 and a 4 won't work. Is it a 2 and an 8? Yes, 2 and an 8. X minus 2. X minus 8. Alright, I gotta go teach a class. I'm seriously making this video like right before I'm supposed to teach it, because I lost the other video. Alright, hey, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.